this is Idris, and for my Breakthrough Junior Challenge, I'll be talking to you about cryonics. The word cryonics comes from the Greek word cryos, meaning cold. Cryonics is the process of freezing of substances at very, very low temperatures, in some cases as low as minus 150 degrees Celsius. For humans, they are only frozen after they're pronounced legally dead. Cryonics, in brief, is the freezing of humans in order for them to be revived at a later point in time. So, how this works? In essence, a biological tissue is cryopreserved and therefore cooled. An example of this tissue could be this plant cell as shown in the diagram. This would be an excellent example. After this, cryoprotected chemicals such as dimethyl sulfoxide or propene glycol are added in replacement of the blood, as the blood is 70% water and water expands when it freezes. The purpose of the cryoprotective chemicals are to limit the amount of ice that forms and to reduce the osmotic shrinkage of cells. By this, I mean the loss of substances through the semi-permeable membrane. As well as that, the temperature of the tissue is lowered below the point of glass transition. This is a very interesting process, and this process is called, well, vitrification. Now, you may be wondering why below the point of glass transition, which is roughly 137 degrees Celsius. It's done in order for crystals not to form inside the cell, as they would cause intracellular damage. In other words, they would damage the cell membrane. At these temperatures, the molecular activities such as respiration are slowed down massively. I mean massively by more than 13 orders of magnitude, and the enzymes have stopped functioning. This effectively stops biological time. Moving on, since cryonics is a massive breakthrough, it has caused many ethical and religious questions to be asked. This also happened to Charles Darwin's theory of evolution that can be found in many science and RE textbooks. So therefore, I'll explain to you the ethics to you as they are part of the science. The questions raised are, where does the soul go when you are cryopreserved? And should we be spending money on research instead of sending aid to less economically developed countries such as the Philippines or China? I'm going to let you ponder on that for a while. But in the meantime, I think it's really time to move on to the problems in cryonics, give you some solutions and examples that may benefit you later. Cryonics can be found in many ordinary animals, such as the wood frog, which spends much of its time frozen as a block of ice, and the rest of its time it hops around. Another example could be the worm that's found in ordinary day life in the ground. Weird, isn't it? But it can all be explained by science. This is because of the natural cryoprotectants in its body. However, a problem could be that the organs have to resume function simultaneously, and this they'll be needed to heat up. But what can be used is an electromagnetic coil which creates a field. By Idris. Nothing is impossible. It says it in the word itself.